The difficult part in this is you will understand, but you need to put some effort in remembering the concepts. Not even concepts, in remembering the words. Yeah. So this chapter, try to understand the concepts. Once you understand the concept, it is okay. You can try to write it in your own language. Yeah. So that is the reason I'm trying to give this particular chapter as crisp notes as possible, so that people generally ignore the module. Yeah. So at least have the notes crisp way, so that you will not leave anything. That is the main intention of it. Sir, why do people do not like this chapter, sir? That I don't know. Yeah. Because it is on a little on a drier side, and whatever reason they may have. So that is one of the reason why people do not like it. Okay, sir. Okay. So let us start your next chapter. That is your interpretation of statute. Yeah. Sir, before I tell what is this particular chapter, yeah, watch this video. I wish it plays. I don't know if it doesn't. Able to see? Able to hear? Read that. Huh. What did you understand? First of all, did you guys see? No, sir, I joined in between. Any people like that? Saw the video, understood. Huh. All of you saw it. Sir, why did you show, sir? Why, sir? No motivational video, sir. Not motivational video. Something relevant to our chapter only. Yeah. Don't you think it's actually a good video? Whatever we are actually doing today, we get carried on that in that moment, and you regret for your own actions. Correct. So always, it is always better that whenever you're in a joyous moment, whenever you're happy, be as expressive as possible. But whenever you are in anger, yeah, or whenever you are in a very very low day, it is okay to take a break. Do not speak or do not do anything when you are in anger. because you will always and definitely regret the actions whatever you have done. Yes. Okay, sir. Sir, now why did you tell us that? Why was it even relevant? So what happened in this video? Sir, there was a small child or a girl. Sir, she wrote something on a car and she scratched the car. His father, he got irritated. He just took the wrench and he hit the daughter, he hit the daughter's hand. So there was multiple fractures and she lost all her fingers. After that, the child asks, Dad, when will my fingers grow? When will I get back my fingers? And what did the father? I mean, the father felt devastated. So he went back to the car. He was crying. And then, sir, he looked at the scratches, but he fell down. He broke there. The girl had written, I love you, Dad. Correct? So if he could have controlled, or if he could have seen what she had seen, probably the video itself would have been different. So it is always what, sir? It is always we fail to understand what we need to actually understand, and we end up in soup. Sir, the same thing. Now come back from that awe moment to what actually we need to learn. Sir, interpretation of statute. Sir, why do we need this particular chapter? Why do we even need to study? So let us understand the chapter's name. You will get to know why we need to study. Sir, interpretation of statute. Sir, what do you mean by statute? Sir, the word statute in our general parlance, nowadays, it is almost means act. Interpretation of statute means act. Any act passed by a parliament or state legislature is an act. Sir, what do you mean by interpretation? Interpretation means what, sir? Understanding. Or finding the true meaning. Yes, sir. Sir, interpretation means what, sir? What do you mean by interpret? Sir, I'm trying to understand and I need to implement it, whatever I understood. So, sir, interpretation of statute. Now, all of you would agree. What, sir? Sir, our textbook language is very, very complicated. We are not able to understand it at all. Sir, why, sir? See, the law is always complicated. The reason being they try to cover the entire scenario. Now, the lawmakers, whenever they are drafting, now if I say, for example, Companies Act 2013, now 470 sections. Sir, they need to cover everything in this, every possible case. Sir, tomorrow some other scenario comes. Then we need to make sure our law covers as much as we can foresee. But definitely we cannot foresee everything and everything, right? We cannot foresee anything and everything. Now, when Indian Contract Act was passed, 1872, did they know that the contract can even take place over emails? In 1872, did they know that today's generation would enter into a contract electronically but not through post? If you are through CA Foundation, you would know that is the reason the major sections, the major rules, it revolves around post. Yeah, because that is when the law was formed. Now, sir, what do you mean by interpretation of statute? You need to try to understand how the lawmaker or why the lawmaker passed that law on that today. It is not like you standing in today's date and you trying to read the law in today's language. You need to go back to the date. You need to try and see why this particular legislation was passed. What did the lawmaker even think of on that day? What did he think of? You need to go to those days, try to understand why this particular law was made. So, sir, interpretation of statute. Generally, what happens in this procedure, the lawmaker may end up doing certain mistakes, putting some confusion in the law. certain words are not clear. You would not know to understand this particular word as what. So you may fail to understand what is this word doing here. So this interpretation of statute gives you, it throws light on how to understand this law. So whenever there is confusion, you need to refer to this. Sir, what do you mean by interpretation of statute? Is it an act? Is it a law? It is not a law. Then, sir, see, based on trades, customs, procedures, many jurists, many who are jurists, basically people who come up with law and who, who try to what do you say, they try to contribute towards criticism. They say this is wrong, this is right. Sir, many authors, they have given you certain principles, certain help. Yeah, sir, whenever you go, you are stuck. You do one thing, you come here and you see what is there in interpretation of statute. Sir, when I'm confused to use this word, what to do? They will tell you what to do. So that is called as interpretation of statute. Any doubt? Understood why you are studying this? So sir, first thing, sir, this is not a law. This is not an act. That is the reason you are not seeing a act and the year. Sir, interpretation of statute is what, sir? It is just a principle, or it is a guiding principle. When you are stuck, this gives you a way. Okay, sir. Sir, now in India, I'll talk about India. Let me not involve everyone. But now in India, sir, our major organs of the government are three. Sir, one is called as legislature. Sir, the other one is called as executive. Sir, the third one is called as judiciary. Sir, our legislature, it can be parliament or state legislature. Sir, who are the legislature? All your MPs, MLAs, whomever you elect. Sir, these are our ministers. Sir, what do? Sir, they sit and they debate over the topics. Generally, it will be called as bill. So, if at all the bill is being satisfied by all the ministers, first it will be passed in the houses, that is Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. So, sir, what do these people do? There will be a committee which will be formed. They will give a bill. Sir, on what a law should be made in India. So, first they will come up with a draft, that is called as bill. That will be submitted in both the houses of parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Both the houses need to pass. Sir, when both the houses passes the bill, it will further be given to the president's assent. Sir, president should sign the bill. Once the president also signs, now this will be published in official gazette. Once it is published in official gazette, it becomes an act. So, sir, what is a legislature? Legislature comes up with law. So, sir, legislatures are the lawmakers. Sir, who are the executives? Executives basically are the implementers of law. They implement law. Sir, in our example, once the law is made, what is the use of it if it is not implemented properly? So they take strict actions. They try to implement the law as much as possible. Sir, judiciary. Sir, if anyone fails to implement, sir, now they have made a law. You need to follow. When you are not following, judiciary comes into picture. Sir, what is judiciary? They are courts. So, sir, there is legislature, there is judiciary. So, sir, what are you trying to tell? The person who made the law, the person who is executing the law, the person who has to interpret the law, court. If tomorrow some case comes in front of the court, who will have to interpret? Sir, court should interpret. Now something would have happened. Yeah. Now say for example, company law issues or any such issues. Yeah. Now the court needs to understand what the lawmaker is trying to tell, and he needs to give a decision. Imagine in a court, both the parties will be there. Both of them will try to defend. Sir, whenever they are trying to defend, that means there are loopholes in law. There are loopholes in law. Yeah, you need to understand what would have been the lawmaker's intention. So, sir, in our case, legislature, sir, what did they do? They passed our Companies Act. Ministers, sir, executive, it is executed by our government, that is MCA. All your departments comes here, MCA, ROC, all those people. Sir, it is the judiciary, the courts here, a specific tribunal is formed, NCLT, or any court for that matter. Yes, sir. So, sir, this is what we can see in terms of Companies Act perspective. Clear, sir? Okay, sir. So, sir, now, why will interpretation of statute comes? Sir, Companies Act is drafted by someone. Tomorrow something happens. Yeah, there is something. Sir, charges, there is delay of condonation of delay. Sir, we have a doubt there. Sir, we will not go to the lawmaker. We'll have to coordinate with MCA for everything. Now, even he is trying to interpret the statute. Even he will try to understand, okay, what the lawmaker is trying to tell. Sir, the last one, judiciary. Sir, I will screw up something. I will not do something properly. We will go to court. Now, the court should give a proper remedy so that the law is interpreted and whoever is innocent is not punished. For that, we need to know the principles of interpretation, how to interpret. Sir, whenever the law is very easy, even everyone can understand. Obviously, we do not need all this. Interpretation of statute, all this is not at all required. Sir, then why is IOS required? Interpretation is required whenever there is ambiguity, absurdity, confusion. Whenever there is a confusion in the law, that is when you will have to come to IOS. Generally, what happens, people, whenever there is a confusion in law, whenever you are not able to understand, you have two remedies. One remedy is called as statutory remedy. All this is I'm trying to tell you what it is. It is not there in your exact syllabus. It is just intro. Sir, statutory remedy. Sir, whenever I am stuck in reading a law or interpreting a law, then what is the remedy I have? You have two remedies. One is statutory, the other one is non-statutory. Sir, what is statutory? Sir, now when I am not understanding a meaning of a law, now what do? First thing, every act would have given their own definitions, their own meaning. First refer to that. Sir, where? Generally, if you remember, section 2 of most of the act will be definitions. So refer to those definitions which is given by the law himself. The lawmaker only told this meaning means this. Clear? Okay, sir. Or, sir, even when the law is also not clear, when that entire act I am not able to understand what this word is, then there is something called as General Clauses Act. Generally, what does that particular word means? General Clauses Act. Follow General Clauses Act when the specific act is silent. When the specific act is silent, then follow General Clauses Act, says the law. Sir, even general clauses I am not able to find the meaning. The law says non-statutory, which is IOS. It is not impressed by law on you. It is not that it is pakka, you need to follow. If not, you will be put behind the bars. Because it is nowhere written that you need to follow IOS. But IOS is non-statutory. It is not given by a law. It is not a law made. It is just the principles which we have arrived after traveling for so many decades in law. So there will be so many authors, jurists, judges, case laws, customs, traditions, trade, all this would have contributed to what is called as non-statutory. So that is what is iOS. Sir, okay. Now, tell us an example where we get confused, sir. You are telling what it is so difficult to understand the interpretation of statute. I mean, we need interpretation of statute so much. Okay. Guys, let us go and let us see whatever are the terminologies we have seen till now. Sir, the previous chapter we did something called as Negotiable Instrument Act. Yeah. Now imagine your mother, she sent you to go and buy some, vegetables from the market. Your mother also instructed you, hey, don't forget to negotiate. He will tell a price, but you need to negotiate. Now, yesterday, Papa, you guys just have, we did a Negotiable Instrument Act. So, all the syllabus was still there, sitting inside. So, you went to the shop and what did you do? You took a paper. You said, my mom said, negotiate and come. Don't do anything else. So, what did you wrote? You took a cheaty. I solemnly promise to pay the shop vendor, Mr. Muttanna, rupees 123 rupees on or after sight. Muttanna, please kindly sign and give it to me. 3 months, I will have grace period also. And you came back home. Muttanna will kick you. Correct? Will he give you all that? Sir, why sir? Mom said negotiate and come, no sir. Now in Negotiable Instrument Act, sir, what is the meaning of negotiable? What did your mother mean? Are these two one and the same? The word is same, no? Negotiate. Sir, are these two one and the same? The lawmakers here, they have said in general parlance, negotiate means bargain, correct? You, when you are reading my chapter, when you are reading my law, you need to make sure that here the word negotiate means not bargain, but transfer. So again, interpretation of statute. Sir, which word to use? I'll give you one more example. Sir, in your Income Tax Act or in your accounts, sir, the law said you need to depreciate plant and machinery. You need to depreciate plant and machinery. Sir, okay, sir. We need to depreciate plant and machinery. Sir, my company has machinery. Okay. Sir, this plant, what, sir? I have rose plant. I have a mango plant. Sir, I have many more plants. What should I depreciate them? Should I go and cut them? Or what should I do? Should I show all my plants in my book? Sir, what is this word plant? Sir, what is this word plant? Yes, so sir, interpretation of statute. What did the lawmaker mean here when he says plant and machinery? What was his intention? What is the popular meaning? What do you mean by plant? Sir, plant means what, sir? It is the sapling which grows in between a sampling and in between the tree. Whatever is called as plant. Yes, sir. Can I follow it as plant? So we need interpretation of statute. Are you getting the reason? So we'll be seeing many places where you get stuck. I'll be giving you lot of examples. Yeah, all of you clear. But did you guys understand what is iOS? Why do you need it? If why is answered, what is, it will be eventually answered. Clear all of you? Yeah. Awesome, sir. Okay, done. Now let us dig into what is called as interpretation of statute. Sir, in our general parlance, they say that the word statute, in today's law, the word statute in today's world, they use interchangeably. The word statute means act, the word act means statute. So Companies Act 2013 is a statute. Statute means what, sir? It is a written law passed by our legislature. It can be state legislature, state act, or it can be passed by the parliament or central act. Sir, tell me one thing. Statute equals act. In our first chapter, we had seen what, sir? Law is equal to statute, that is act, plus notifications, plus rules, plus case laws, plus circulars. Sorry, everything put together will become a statute. I mean, will become a law. Whereas the word statute means just an act. Yeah, sir, but whereas the word law is much wider terminology. Clear? So whenever the lawmaker says it's a statute, they mean it is an act. Okay, sir. So there are certain definitions given. Sir, what are the definitions? One is called a statute definition. Sir, the next definition is given, which is called as document. Sir, what is a document? What is an instrument? People, any difference between document and instrument? Is there any difference between a document and instrument? Is there any difference between document and instrument? Or both are almost one and the same, sir? Document has more wider and clear information than an instrument. Okay. Document is wider. Okay. Documents provides instructions. Okay. Okay. Now listen. Now listen carefully. Document has a greater validity. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Now listen carefully. Sir, what and all can be a document? Document is anything written on anything, written by anything for recording. Sir, what is document? Document is anything written. However it is written, it is written. On whatever it is written, to record something is called document. Sir, give us example. If you go visit our monuments, first you first read the law, then I'll tell you. See, Section 3 of Indian Evidence Act 1872 states that document means any matter expressed or described upon any substance by means of letter, figure, mark, or by more than one of those means, intended to be used or which may be used for the purpose of recording that matter. Sir, they say that this is the document. Sir, promise didn't understand. Yeah. So, sir, what do you mean by interpretation of statute? I mean, what do you mean by document? The word document has generally 4 elements. The word document has 4 elements. Sir, what is that? It includes matter. What is matter, sir? What is the purpose of the document? Sir, it includes substance. Sir, it includes means. It includes record. Sir, if these 4 elements are present, it will be called as a document. Sir, now what are these 4 elements? Now people, whatever textbook you are using, your textbook is also a document. No, Shweta, they both are different. Indian Evidence Act and Indian Contract Act are both are different. Sir, now even your textbook is a document. Sir, forget about textbook. Your film, whatever you go to the cinemas, the film. Sir, even the ticket what they give, even that is a document. Sir, forget about that. Forget about that. Have you gone, sir, in in India, it is our karma. What, sir? You go any place, there will be two things written on wall. Sir, one here, do not paste bills. Do not paste bills. That is what, don't paste any advertisements on the wall. The second thing, the most popular thing that would have been written on Indian walls outside, what would that be, people? Most popularly written on all the compounds, on the walls, generally on the streets, they would have written something on the wall. What is that? Don't stick bills. That is one. Yes, sir. Do not stick bills. No parking, they would have put a board. No parking, they would have put a board. No advertisement. Entry into land is prohibited. That is also there. That will generally be written on the lands. But walls, your general common walls, or your street walls, public places. In India, we need an instruction, people. What? Kindly do not urinate here. Am I wrong? Even in front of any place you go, they would have written that. Correct? You would have seen. They would have either put some. Okay, sorry, I missed it. Sorry. Do not litter or do not urinate here. Yeah, we need an instruction. Don't spit too. Yeah. Sir, to avoid that, we will put some plant there. We will paint something. Sir, or they will put God photo only. Yeah, so that people will not do. Sir, now you said three things. What? Sir, they may put God's image. They will do, no? If I'm not wrong, I have seen people, on the walls, they put that. They will put a tail sort of thing. Yeah, sir, that will be put. Or else, sir, they will specifically write saying that please do not litter here, do not spit here. They would have specifically written. Correct? Yeah, exactly. They do all that. Sir, the law says even that is a document. Even that is a document, it seems. Even whatever you wrote it on the wall, it is a document. As per the law, Indian Evidence Act, sir, even those things are documents. Sir, whenever you visit monument, they will tell don't touch. You will touch and see what not to touch. Sir, that is also document. Sir, basically what is a document? Document comprises of 4 elements. The first one, matter. Sir, what is matter? Matter can be anything. It defines the purpose of the document. Sir, let us take an example of, say, AGM. A shareholder, kindly come and attend the meeting. A shareholder, kindly come and attend the meeting. Sir, purpose of the document, it is inviting you to the AGM. So the matter will be, this Tanuj, awesome. This chat is also document. Why? I'll tell you. I'll prove you. See here. Sir, it defines the purpose of the document. Which one matter? Sir, why are you giving this? Whatever information you're giving, why are you giving this? It defines the purpose. It can be for anything. Anything. It need not be legal. It can be anything. Even your class book, even your notes, even whatever our lovers go and write now on monuments. This and they go and write. I don't know why they do write it there. They write it even in those bus. They put this heart symbol and I write Janu, I love you. That bugger wouldn't have told it to her only. He will tell it to the entire world. I don't know why. Yeah. Yes, sir. Sir, the law says even that is document. Is it? Even that is a document. It can be for anything, any purpose. Document, inviting to AGM, purpose here. Sir, substance. Sir, substance, on what it is written is called as substance. Sir, it can be paper. Sir, it can be stone. It can be rock. Sir, it can be cloth. Sir, it can be digital medium. Sir, it can be anything, sir. Now, this is called as substance. Sir, stone, rock, paper, card, Wherever it can be written, it is a document. This list goes on. Sir, newspaper, everything is a document. Sir, how are they writing? Sir, first one they are telling do not litter. Sir, it can be express letter. Sir, they are not listening to that. I will put that if at all you do something, here there is a penalty of 5,000 rupees. Sir, figures. It is a document. Sir, it can be mark or symbols. You can use images. Sir, God photo, whatever you put there. Even that is a document. Sir, the fourth one, record. Sir, how are you doing it? Sir, you are doing it by using a device. Sir, it can be a paint brush. It can be the tattoo machine. It can be anything. So it may be a mechanical device or a writing. How are you doing it? Sir, if these four elements are included, any such thing is called as a document. Sir, matter. Sir, substance. Sir, means. Sir, record. Sir, matter always tells the purpose. Sir, substance tell on what I have written. Sir, means tell what I have used to express. Sir, the fourth one says record. Sir, how I have recorded. Using what is called record. Sir, if these four are present, any such document anything will be called as a document. Sir, okay, sir. Sir, now you tell me, we got to know what is a document. Sir, now what is an instrument? What is the difference between a document and an instrument? Listen carefully. Your textbook is a document. Your notes is a document. But is it an instrument? The answer is no. Sir, then what is an instrument? Any document. I repeat, any document which creates rights or liabilities. Any document which creates rights or liabilities will be called as an instrument. Any document which creates rights or liabilities is called as an instrument. Sir, give us an example. People, the best example. Sir, rental agreement. Whenever you want to take a house on rent, you write everything on a piece of paper. Sir, now is it a document or an instrument? See, anything on the paper is called document. Now, that document says you need to pay me rent on every first of every month. Yeah, and this document is valid for 1 year. Whenever you are staying here, you need to make sure that you pay me rent on time. You should not, hit nails on the wall. No photos not allowed. Painting should be taken care by you when you are vacating. So, sir, the document is creating rights or liabilities. Right, he can stay there. Liability, whenever he is leaving, he needs to pay something and go. Sir, rent he needs to pay. So, sir, such documents which creates rights or liabilities is called as instrument. Generally, instrument and deed, most of the cases they use it interchangeably. Yeah, deed is basically where you derive certain it is like a partnership where you appoint someone or you derive rights from it. Instrument can be for any purpose. Indeed, there will be generally some appointment, or generally there will be some, there will always be something where someone is trying to enforce it to you, or there will be someone trying to give you some power. So, example will be your partnership deed. Sir, trust deed. Sir, deposit trust deed, debenture trust deed, all that. LLP deed, yes, sir. Sir, like in bailment, we learned if we give our notes to another person on bailment, the notes becomes an instrument. So, the notes did not become an instrument because in that document, are you deriving any rights? In that document, are you deriving any rights? The document is silent there, no? The document itself is not creating any right for you there. Yeah. So whatever expressly you guys agreed on, that is a document there. And that will become an instrument. Perfect. Yes, sir. Sir, this is the introduction, sir. What, sir? Sir, interpretation of statute, document, deed, instrument. Meaning what? Lawmaker can interpret anything. I mean, the law enforcer, that is a court, can interpret any of this thing. Sir, general classification of interpretation. Sir, general classification of interpretation. Interpretation can be classified into two things. A general classification of interpretation, it can be classified into two things. One is called as legal interpretation. The next one is called as doctrinal interpretation. Sir, one is called as legal interpretation. The second one is called as doctrinal interpretation. Sir, what do you mean by legal interpretation? Legal interpretation further is divided into authentic interpretation and usual interpretation. Sir, now what do you mean by legal? Sir, legal means now whenever a judge is confused, what the lawmaker is trying to tell. The judge should follow the rule of law itself. Meaning what, sir? The lawmaker would have only given it in the form of explanation. He would have given it in the form of definition. The lawmaker would have given something clearly, you follow that. So in the rule of interpretation, whenever I say legal, legal means follow the lawmaker, rule of law. Sir, rule of law, that is legal interpretation, is further classified into authentic and usual. Sir, whenever it is called authentic interpretation, meaning what, sir? The rule of interpretation. Sir, what is the meaning? How to read it is derived from the legislator himself. The lawmaker has only told you how to read it. Sir, he would have given you an explanation. He would have given you a definition. You follow that. Sir, give us an example. Now, whenever I use the word financial year in Companies Act, whenever I use the word financial year in Companies Act, now how will I know what is a financial year? Sir, calendar year, everyone of know. Financial year, how will we know? Sir, how will we know? Sir, financial year refer to the lawmaker himself, whatever he is telling. Sir, I will turn to the definition. Sir, I got the definition. Sir, what is the definition of financial year? Sir, section 2, subsection 41 defines financial year. Correct, sir? Sir, now what does the law say? Very simple. He has said that, clearly has said, it is starting from 1st April 2021 or any year. It ends on 31st March next year. When he has only told you, why are you getting confused? Follow him. When he has only told you what is. Now, for example, before starting our subject, according to you, who was a promoter? Sir, promoter is a person who comes up with the idea of incorporation. Sir, but in company law, we saw a different definition. So whenever we say promoter is liable, it does not only restrict to a person who has formed the company. The promoter definition is vast. The person who was named as promoter in prospectus, in annual returns. So even a person who has joined the company after a while, even he can be a promoter. Yes, so the rule, the lawmaker himself has told you, follow that legal, authentic. Legal, authentic way. Authentic way, that is how you need to do. When he is trying to convey to you, hey, why do you have to refer to something else? He says, okay, sir. Sir, under that there is something called as usual. Sir, what is usual? Sir, we had a problem in one of the case. And the lawmaker has clearly tried to interpret the law and he has passed a judgment. And it will become a landmark judgment. So going forward, whenever this thing happens, there would be the same grounds. Whenever a case comes on a similar ground, if already a case is decided in that matter, you follow that. Sir, give us an example. Salomon versus Salomon. How many of you remember in your childhood you would have read this particular case, Salomon versus Salomon? In your old days, long ago, very long ago, so long ago, you would have read this particular case. Yes, sir, what did the lawmaker interpret here? Sir, he interpreted what is the meaning of separate legal entity. See, the word separate legal entity is given. Separate entity is given. But he interpreted what do you actually mean by separate legal entity? Sir, company is different, shareholder is different. Yes. So, sir, the interpretation was given by the lawmaker in this case. So, when the interpretation was confused, you are not able to do authentic way, then there is a usual way. What is usual way? Whenever there is already a case decided, they generally tell no, don't reinvent the wheel. The wheel is already invented. You don't sit and again invent the wheel. It is already passed. Just see if the facts are similar. If the facts are similar, follow the same judgment. That is called what, sir? It is called the usual way. Look at what is the customs. Custom is basically what is being prevailed, or the case laws is called usual. Sir, doctrinal. Sir, what do you mean by doctrinal? Doctrinal means when the purpose of the interpretation. Why are we looking at doctrinal? We look at it to find the real and true meaning of the statute. Why did this person write it this way? The first one is called as grammatical. Under doctrinal, sir, when will we come to doctrinal? Sir, whenever our legal way fails, we are not able to understand what the lawmaker is telling even after following his definition. Now we will try to understand the real and true meaning of the word he has used in that particular place. Sir, when the purpose is to discover real and true meaning of the statute, it can be further bifurcated into grammatical and logical. Sir, when the authentic word fails to understand the meaning, we are not able to understand based on the authentic word, then go with the grammatical meaning. What is this? Again, we'll be seeing in detail. Do not worry. Sir, what is grammatical? Your general rules of speech. Your general English. Follow your general English and try to understand the law. Sir, follow first the lawmaker's English, his dictionary. If you are not able to come to a conclusion, come and follow a general dictionary, a grammatical meaning. Sir, the next one is called logical. Sir, even grammatical, even I am not able to give it. Now what will happen? Now the lawmaker, now whatever the word he has used, it is a little confusing. So now what will the judiciary do? They will try to construct the law. Sir, logical comes into picture. They will try to discover. They go beyond the word and they will try to understand. They will not just restrict to the word. They will go beyond the word and they will try to understand, okay, what is this person trying to tell here? They will try to put their own situations. They will try to understand it as a particular statement. So this is called as logical, sir. Sir, classification of interpretation into two. One is legal. Legal can be further classified into authentic, usual. Sir, doctrinal can be further classified into grammatical, logical. Clear, sir? Sir, classification we got to know. Sir, why do we need even interpretation or construction? Why do we need it? Yeah, just now I told you. See, enacted laws are not so perfect as to leave no ambiguities. Whatever lawmaker has passed, they are not at all perfect. Obviously, it will not be perfect. He has drafted 470 sections. You draft one email. Tomorrow you go and read. You will find 100 mistakes in that. You just go and read. Don't read it today only. You read it tomorrow. You will only feel, hey, how did I use this word here? Yeah. So, sir, enacted laws are never perfect. And the lawmaker could not foresee so many years how the transition may happen. Sir, contract, electronic was not anticipated. If that is the case, how did Companies Act 2013 come into picture? Sir, rotation of auditors, why was it required? See, when the lawmaker, when he passed the law, he did not know that Satyam cases may happen. He could not foresee it. So, sir, certain cases, what will happen? Sir, there will be certain confusion. Sir, in certain cases, there will be nothing on that. So, we will try to understand the true intention of the law. Sir, intent of legislature should not only be gathered from the language, but also from the surrounding circumstances. Don't go with just the word. Sir, plant and machinery. Don't just go with the word. Go with the circumstance where they are using. Accounts. Sir, income tax. Here the word plant. Don't go with just the literal meaning of it. You need to go with the surrounding circumstances. You will be able to understand the law. Sir, at end of the day, to clear the confusion. So, sir, now end of the day, to clear the confusion, we have several aids. Several aids are used. Sir, certain statutory, that is General Clauses Act or the definitions of individual act, or non-statutory, which is covered under interpretation of statutes. Now here only I'll tell you where is a chance of interpretation. Sir, can you see this, the word aids? Yeah. Now tell me, what do you understand by the word aids? Yes, sir. So, sir, there are two meanings. Yes, sir. Vishnu said the technical, this one also of it. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. I don't know whether it is right or wrong. Yeah. So, sir, one is a disease. One is a disease. Sir, the next one is what, sir? Next one means help. It will help you. Sir, now imagine a lawmaker has used this as AIDS. Sir, what should I use it as here? Should I consider it as help or disease? Surrounding circumstances gives you the meaning. To clear the confusion. Sir, why should AIDS come there? Yeah, sir, disease, why should it come here? So it is always preferring to what the circumstances are trying to tell you. So, sir, that is called as what, sir? Interpretation. Now, what did we do? We interpreted it. Sir, generally what happens? Sir, now the best example. Yes, there are many things, many places where we'll see as we are just in the intro part. We will get into principles. So we'll be looking at meanings. You will know, okay, correct. No, the lawmaker has left some lacuna here. There is some, there is some drawback here. You will know that. Yes, we'll see that. Very simple one, I'll tell you. Very simple one. Sir, what is the minimum application money which is to be collected on a share application? Whenever you're applying for a share, what is the minimum application money that needs to be collected as per Companies Act? What is the minimum application money should be collected? Sir, 5%. Yeah. Sir, what is as per SEBI? How much should I collect minimum application as per SEBI? Sir, 25%. Now, which one should I follow? Sir, now which one should I follow? Yeah. Ketaki says, sir, follow SEBI, sir. You cannot just follow SEBI. You need to follow whatever is applicable on you. Are you a listed company? SEBI comes into picture. If you are an unlisted company, why will you look into SEBI? Correct. All of you. Gone wrong, interpretation went wrong. Ah, sir, again interpretation. Are you getting the point? Lacuna is there. Sir, there is a chance of error there. I'll give you one more place where there is a problem in the law only. In Companies Act only there is there. I mean, they have given you, okay, as and when we go, we'll see. We'll see. But are you getting the point? So, see, there is a chance, man. Lawmaker definitely will go wrong. You cannot be bang on, sir. Definitely, I will write everything properly. How can it happen? You think, how can it happen? Is it even possible? So, okay, sir. Sir, now whatever we did. Yeah, sir, what does you mean by interpretation? What do you mean by construction? The word interpretation means whatever we did now. Sir, now we were confused with the word AIDS. Sir, should we take it as a disease or should we take it as a help? We were confused. Sir, now after considering the circumstances, after seeing at the fellow words, we arrived at, sir, AIDS here means help. Yes, sir. Sir, we did not go with the literal meaning. We considered the surroundings and we tried to construct the meaning and we came to a conclusion. Now, this is called as what, sir? Construction. Construction and interpretation. Interpretation is where you try to find the meaning of the word. Construction, you are trying to come to the conclusion using that particular word. Sir, AIDS is help. So what is the conclusion we came? Sir, here they are telling that whenever there is a confusion, you can refer these things for help. That is statutory, non-statutory. So this is called construction. In certain cases, just the word cannot help you. You need to go with the circumstances. So you need to construct the meaning. Just the word itself will not help you. Just the meaning of the word will not help you. You need to construct it based on the circumstances. So that gives you what, sir? It gives you what, sir? Construction. Sir, give us one more example. Okay. What do you mean by check bounce? What do you mean by check bounce? Sir, no sufficient balance. Sir, you go with the literal meaning. You go with the literal meaning. Sir, if I drop a check, the check should bounce back. Literal meaning. All of you. But sir, literal meaning will not help me here. I need to construct the meaning. So sir, constructed meaning here is dishonor of a check. So sir, interpretation is where I try to take this true meaning out of it. In that situation, I try to construct it based on the circumstances available. So what is the lawmaker trying to tell? Check bounce. Yes. So like this, we can take many places where we can have more than one meaning. So what is the lawmaker trying to tell is what we need to understand. Yes. Okay, sir. See, let us read it through chart and let us read it here so that you guys understand better. Tomorrow when you are reading the book also, you need to be able to understand. Sir, Jolowicz says interpretation is usually said to be either legal or doctrinal. Sir, you will be seeing many authors or jurists or judges here. Why? I told you it is not a law. Yeah, it is based on our customs, traditions, author, jurists, articles, critics, all that used, we have put this particular thing called as interpretation. So, sir, legal when there is an actual rule of law which binds the judge to place a certain interpretation. Rule of law is only there, follow that. It can be further classified into, sir, authentic. Authentic is rule of interpretation derived from the legislator himself. He would have given you the meaning, follow that. Sir, usual is where you follow customs or case laws. Sir, doctrinal is where you try to discover the real and true meaning of the statute. Sir, grammatical, it applies only to the ordinary rules of speech. So what is the ordinary meaning? You will go with the dictionary meanings. It is your general rules of speech. Sir, I am not able to understand even with that. Then the lawmaker, that is the judiciary, they try to discover the intention. They try to understand the logic. Why did this person use it here? Yeah. Okay, sir. Sir, now. Sir, why do we need interpretation and construction? We saw. Sir, no language is so perfect as to leave no ambiguities. See, it would certainly save the judges trouble if acts of parliament were drafted with divine prescience and perfect clarity. In the absence of that clarity, when a defect appears, a judge cannot simply fold his hands and blame the draftsman. Yes, there is a lacuna. The word was not clear. I cannot hold my hands and I cannot blame the draftsman. Why did you do this? But with whatever information I have, I try to come to a conclusion. Okay, sir. Sir, interpretation, difference between interpretation and construction. Interpretation is the art of ascertaining the meaning of words and the true sense in which author intended that they should be understood. Sir, whatever he is trying to tell, you are trying to understand that only. Sir, it is a duty of the court to give effect to the meaning of the act. Whatever the lawmaker is trying to tell, first you need to try to understand it in that language only. Sir, I am not able to come to a conclusion. Then you can construct. Construct means what, sir? You go beyond the meaning of the word. You try to construct based on the circumstances, situations. You try to come to a conclusion of that particular word. So, sir, when plain meaning does not give me an answer, I need to construct the meaning depending upon the situation and the circumstance. So, this is called as construction. So, sir, interpretation and construction. Interpretation where I try to find the true meaning. Sir, the word alone I am not able to find the meaning. I can go and I can construct the meaning. I can go beyond the word. That is called as construction. People, actual game came. So, sir, you are telling interpretation, construction. So, how do I have to do it? There are certain rules given by the lawmaker. So, that rules are called as rules of interpretation or construction. Yeah, there are many things given under this. There is something called as aids. That is various help you can take. Yeah, and rules in interpreting or constructing. So, whenever you are understanding a particular language, what are the rules I need to follow? The rules are classified into primary and secondary rules. Rules are classified into primary and secondary rules. The primary rules is further classified into the 6. Secondary rules is further classified into 2. Sir, each one of it, let us see with an example. All these are important. They can ask you a question in any of this. Sir, and one thing, in interpretation of statute, the chances of an indirect question being asked is very less. Sir, meaning what? The chances of asking you a case-based question, I'll not say negligible, but it is very, very less. They will directly ask you bang-on question. Yeah. So try to understand the concept better. If not, you're stuck somewhere, try to write it in your own language at least. Yes, if you're trying to understand, if you're understanding the syllabus concept, you can interpret it in your own way, because there is no definition here. There is nothing which is, try to at least take the keywords. Sir, next one, whenever they're asking you for anything specifically, yeah, try to take the keywords and write. Yes, most of the cases, they will not ask you the cases here. They will not ask you for a case-based question. It will generally be a direct question. Okay, sir. So, sir, primary rules. Sir, rule of literal construction. Rule of literal construction. Sir, what do you mean by this? Rule of literal construction. So, sir, interpretation is classified into primary, secondary rules. Sir, primary rules is further classified into 6. Sir, first one, rule of literal construction. The maxim is, sir, what is maxim? Maxim means a legal principle. So, sir, whenever we are deriving at this, yeah, not always, it is always the Indian authors, Indian critics, people worldwide, they would have given their interpretation. So, sir, legal principle is the maxim. Legal maxim means legal principles. Sir, most of these are in Latin. Yeah, most of these are in Latin. The words will be little elaborate, confusing. Yeah, try to remember. Yeah, they will not expect you to write it. But if they ask you the question using the legal principle only, you need to know what they are actually trying to tell you in English. So at least know what means what. I do not expect you to go and interpret it there. If possible, interpret it. It's okay. But if you do not remember, try to at least remember which means what. Yes, because every rule will have a legal maxim. You will get to know now. See here. Rule of literal construction. Absoluta sententia expositor non indigit. Sir, legal maxim. Sir, what is the meaning of this? Sir, absoluta sententia expositor non indigit. Sir, first one. Guys, this particular chapter I am telling you, generally there is something which goes wrong. Sir, what is that? By now you would have realized why people say this is a complicated chapter. Correct? Sir, why? See, the words to be remembered is very difficult. If it is a concept, you can understand. But if you need to remember those words, no, that is where the trick comes into picture. So what you do, whatever I have given you in the form of notes, rule of literal construction, rule of reasonable construction, try to at least mug this up. Try to by heart this. Everything I have given an example then and there. Yeah. So, sir, everything after every point I've given as an example. Can you see everything I've given example? So, what you can do whenever a question is being asked, write what that means and write off the example. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, there is a little complication in remembering the module or the PDF because I cannot give, see, it is easy to interpret and give it in my language. But end of the day, it should serve your purpose. If that is the word you use, it will not serve your purpose. So what I have done, I have tried to give simplified there also. Whatever is possible, I have tried to simplify it there. And in addition, I have tried to pick the important points and the points which if you are writing in the exam, if it is sufficient, I have tried to pick those points. Clear? So for every maxim, I have picked those points. So you will understand the heart. So if you understand the heart, you can write it. Clear everyone? All of you? Pakka? So sir, first rule when you are trying to interpret the statute. Sir, first rule when you are trying to interpret the statute, what is it? First one. So this rule is also called cardinal rule of construction. The first rule. This is the main cardinal rule. Why, sir? This rule says nothing, man. What? If the plain words are clear, if the plain words are clear, you don't become a scientist. When the plain words are clear, you don't become scientist. Sir, when the plain words are clear, you don't become scientist. So, sir, what is the meaning? When plain words require no explanation, follow the words as they are. When the plain words require no explanation, follow the words as they are. In simple terms, the entire law, you can't keep on interpreting. So whenever there is a plain word, You need to interpret it as they have been used. Yeah. So what do you mean by, sir? Sir, when language of statute is plain and unambiguous, no question of construction arises. Do not, okay, what is it? What are the surroundings? What are the circumstances? When was it passed? What was his intention that day? Sir, now what do you mean by plain word? Sir, plain word. Now in your entire law, yeah, they would have clearly given you what is that, sir? Sir, what is the entire law? Sir, equity share capital. Sir, plain word. It does not require any it is understood. You don't have to think what is equity share capital. Sir, what do you mean by accounts? You don't have to think, you don't have to break your head. Sir, the word borrowing would have been used in the law. Don't break your head. These are plain words. Why do you have to break your head? Sir, okay. Sir, prospectus. Sir, private company. They have clearly telling you. Sir, public company. Sir, what is a public company? Public company definition. Sir, any company other than private company. Yeah, sir, plain, clear, which is not a private company, it is a public company. You don't break your head. It is literal. Literal means what? Go with the literal sense. He is telling you this is what it is. You follow that. So, sir, what do I have to remember here? Sir, literal. First point, first principle, cardinal principle. First principle, cardinal principle. The second one, when the words need no explanation, follow the words as they are. When the words are clear, no ambiguity, then follow the plain and literal meaning. Whatever you can understand, you follow that. Whenever there is no confusion, whenever there is no scope for confusion, follow as they are. It is clearly given, no, follow as they are. Clear, all of you? Okay, sir. Sir, okay, you're telling me to follow the words as they are. Now, when a word has two interpretation, one is narrower and one is wider, then first one the law says try to use a narrow interpretation. If the narrow interpretation fails to achieve whatever is the manifest of the particular law, it fails to achieve the object of the law, then follow the wider meaning. Sir, section 102 of Companies Act 2013 talks about what is section 102, people? What is section 102? What is section 102? 102. Sir, explanatory statement. Very good, Brinda. Sir, explanatory statement. Sir, what is explanatory statement? Sir, whenever there is a notice of a general meeting which I am giving, whenever there is a special business, I need to give a disclosure in an explanatory statement. Sir, the disclosure here says that every director, every KMP, they need to disclose. You remember disclosure, what and all you give? Anyone remembers? See here. Provided that when an item of special business is to be transacted at a meeting of the company, relates to or affects any other company, the extent of shareholding interest in that other company of every promoter, director, manager, if any, and of every other KMP of the first mentioned company, shall, if the extent of such shareholding is not less than 2% of the company, also be set out in the statement. Correct? Yes, sir, in the fourth one, where as a result of non-disclosure or insufficient disclosure being made by director, manager or KMP, any benefit which accrues to such promoter, he needs to hold it in trust. That is what we had seen that day. Sir, basically, if at all a KMP or a director, if he gets any benefit, he needs to disclose is what they are saying. See here, the word disclosure, yeah, the word disclosure here can be taken as a two things. See, the section 102 says we have to interpret. Now, whenever there are two meanings possible, one is a broader one is a narrower one. Broader gives a bigger picture, narrower gives me a small picture. First, try to follow narrow, directly follow what you understood. But if at all it is trying to suppress the intention of the law, if it is trying to suppress the manifest here means the object, the purpose of the law. If it is trying to suppress that, if you use a narrow word, it will not achieve your object. Then the law says use a broader terminology. So, sir, when we talk about disclosure, the company, the KMP, the director, sir, what disclosure? Is it only financial or what disclosures to be made? Should I just say that, yes, I have a shareholding there, I am a director there? Is that disclosure sufficient? The law says whenever you're disclosing, you need to take a broader sense. Meaning what? It can be a benefit which you are getting directly or even indirectly. You are not interested in that particular company or business, whatever you're entering into. Your family members are interested, your son, your daughter, mother, father, if they are interested, you go beyond the law and try to give those disclosure. If you stick to the general, narrower meaning, the director will give a disclosure that, sir, yes, my financial interest is involved there. Is it only restricting to financial disclosure? The law says you can go even more. Try to take the broader meaning whenever there is a confusion between whether if I use the narrower word, will it help me achieve my object? Or if there is a broader meaning I can derive. Disclosure can be only financial or any other interest. You have to try to give whatever is required by the lawmaker. The lawmaker, if you just give him the financial disclosure, it may not be sufficient. So indirectly, you need to take the broader disclosure here. Are you getting the point? All of you? Are you getting the point? So whenever the word has two meanings, one is a narrower one is a broader one, you need to try to take a broader one if the narrower one is always trying to suppress the object of the law. Why the law was made? It is trying to suppress that only. Then always go with the broader one, broader meaning. So, sir, remember first one. Sir, it is a first rule, cardinal principle. Sir, second one, try to remember the maxim. Absoluta sententia expositor non indigit. Sir, when the word itself is so clear, when the word gives me a plain meaning, do not reinvent the wheel. Do not become a scientist. When the statute is unambiguous and plain, then no question of construction arises at all. Sir, when a word has two interpretations, one is a narrower one is a broader one, wider one. If the narrower one suppresses the object why the law was made, then follow what, sir? A broader one. Yes, sir, words are to be understood under natural and popular sense. Now, say for example, there was a question in a case. Sir, what is this? There was a case called as Ram Avatar versus Assistant Sales Tax Officer. Yes, Satira. Sir, if the word only gives the meaning, don't go to definition. Sir, if the word you are not able to derive what is the meaning, you can go and refer to definition what he means. For example, until company law started, for you, what was the meaning or what was the definition of subsidiary company? Until company law started, according to you, what was the definition of subsidiary company? Sir, in any company where one company holds 51% or more of the share capital. Correct? Sir, but we understood many more things here. Sir, when one company controls the majority of the board of directors, even that is also called a subsidiary company. Sir, deemed subsidiary. Sir, alone or together. Now, whenever you are referring to subsidiary company in Companies Act, you need to go and refer to the definition given by the lawmaker. He has told you, see, in my law, when you are reading it, subsidiary company means this. Getting the point, all of you? Clear? So, sir, first one. Sir, whenever there are two words, one is narrow, one is wider. If narrow suppresses the law, follow the wider one, broader one. Sir, next one. Always try to take the popular sense of the word. Sir, now what is this? See, there was a confusion. Yeah. Now see how the case goes in the court. We'll start seeing the cases. Now see. Athira, I'll tell you that point. As of now, no. It doesn't come here. I'll tell you when it comes. So here it comes when the word itself talks. You're not referring to any other aid. When the word itself is clear, follow that. Literal construction. Yeah? Sir, now see here. There was a case between a sales tax officer. Now sales tax is almost not there. Sir, sales tax officer and a vendor. Sir, now what is this case? Listen carefully. Under the Sales Tax Act, there were two columns which says how much of sales tax will be applicable. In that clearly it had 2 points. One is vegetables and there was one particular percentage for betel leaves. You know the leaf, betel leaves. The betel leaf. Yes, sir. Sir, betel leaf. Now, sir, there was clearly a bifurcation. For vegetable, how much sales tax will be applicable. For betel leaf, how much sales tax is applicable. Whatever is the percentage, there was clear bifurcation. In one of the amendment, the lawmakers deleted this particular thing. The betel leaf was deleted. It was no longer there in the act. So there was this one vendor. There was this one vendor who assumed when betel leaf is specifically removed from the act, that means the betel leaf is now considered under the definition of vegetable. Sir, now what is this betel leaf? Betel leaf is basically that pan, the pan leaf. Generally you call, no, what is that? Adike ele, veedadele, yeah? Veedadele, adike ele. Yes, betel leaf, sir, after having lunch, you have that. Yes, sir. So, sir, betel leaf, that pan leaf. Okay, sir. So, sir, the betel leaf was removed from the act. So, what did the vegetable vendor, one of the vendor of the betel leaf, what did he assume? Sir, betel leaf, now I assume it coming under the vegetable. Why? Betel leaf had a percentage of tax. Vegetable has no percentage of tax to be paid. Now, because the law specifically removed it, he assumed the betel leaf to come under the vegetable definition. Now, you tell me, betel leaf is not defined in the act at all. It is not defined. Now, the confusion was whether betel leaf is a vegetable. You use many vegetables in your day-to-day life, right? It can include even greens. You use palak, correct? or any other leaf, greens you use? Yes, sir, he said in the same way even beetle leaf is a vegetable, so I will not pay any tax on it. Sir, plain meaning. Yeah, plain meaning I went. Sir, leaf, in the same way, palak leaf is also there. You will not pay tax on it. I will not pay tax on this. Now, whenever there was a confusion, what? The beetle leaf, whenever it has two meanings. One, sir, a literal meaning. The next one, popular meaning. What is it understood in a popular sense? Popular sense. See, few people use it even for cooking also. Agreed. But will everyone use it for cooking? Will everyone use it for cooking? Now, interpretation of statute was made where they went with literal construction. What? First one, they tried to find out what is the meaning. We do not want botanical meaning and all. Sir, what is the popular meaning? Is it used to cooking? Yeah, sir, is it used to cooking? Sir, beetle leaf, not everyone use it for cooking. Then they use it after the lunch. People generally after your lunch or dinner, you use the leaf. Now, are you using it in cooking? The answer is no. So going with the popular meaning, people do not use it for cooking. They use it after their lunch or dinner. The sales tax officer came to a conclusion that interpretation of statute, the beetle leaf here, the lawmaker's intention was not to include beetle leaf here under the vegetable. So sir, what was the lawmaker's conclusion? He said, a vendor, you need to pay tax on whatever beetle leaves you sell. And yes sir, this vendor was liable to pay tax. Sir, literal interpretation, again I repeat, first and cardinal principle. Sir, if the plain word does not need explanation, follow it. Sir, when the plain meaning has no ambiguity, follow that word as it is. Sir, whenever there is a narrow, sir, smaller interpretation, broader interpretation, try to always follow the broader meaning. Sir, whenever there is a word used, it has a literal sense and a popular sense. Try to take the popular meaning. Yes. So, sir, the last one. Sir, technical words to be used in technical sense. Sir, technical words to be used in technical sense. Sir, meaning what, sir? Now, see here. Sir, I'll go with literal meaning. What? Sir, the word person. People, you tell me, what do you mean by person in your language? As per you, what is person? Sir, individual, living being, human. Correct? Is income tax done for you? Yes. Tell me, what do you mean by person in income tax? What do you mean by person in income tax? Sir, it includes individual, sir, body corporate, sir, firms, sir, LLP. So, sir, if I go with a literal meaning, if I go with a liberal meaning, sir, all these people need not pay tax. What does the law say? Every person has to pay tax. If the people say that the company is not a person, then, sir, then, so, sir, technical word to be used in a technical sense. Sir, person, here it is a technical word. Don't use it as it is. Sir, I'll tell you one more example. Sir, artificial, natural person, both are included. Correct? I'll give you one more example. Sir, after finishing your CA, once you complete your CA, sir, that thought itself made our day. Yeah, assume all of you finish your CA. Sir, now you have two options. One, you can get into employment. The next one, you can start your practice. Now, what is the word practice here? You should practice accounts and FM problems every day. Yeah. What do you mean by word practice here? So sir, the practice word is a very 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 broader one. You can go and represent in tribunals, you can sign on documents, you can work as a professional. Yes, when I say work means what sir, you can give many services. That is the meaning of the word practice here, practicing the profession. It also means you are independent. So sir, a technical word to be used in a technical sense. So again the word practice is an example. Sir, this was given again in one of the case which is called as Ashwini Kumar Ghosh versus Aravinda Bose. In this case, it was given that the word practice under the Supreme Court Advocates Act 1951. The word practice means what? Whatever we saw. It gives the advocate many rights. It is not restricted to any, one particular thing. It gives him many rights. Whatever is attached to that word. Clear, all of you? Yes, so technical words to be used in technical sense. Person in IT Act example, sir, practice in Supreme Court Act. Sir, Arvind Bose has AIR. It is written next to his name. This one. This is what you are asking, Aditya. Okay, generally what happens, see. Now tomorrow someone wants to refer to this case. Someone wants to refer to this case. Sir, where is this particular case there? How will I know? So AIR, this particular three letters tells me where this case was decided. So where this particular case is there. So AIR means All India Reporter. So you need to check in this particular journal, that is in this particular book, where this particular case is. Sorry, SC means who has given the decision, Supreme Court. Yeah. So whenever you see Ashwini Kumar Ghosh versus Arvind Bose, after that whatever it is there. Now previous to, now it would have been CLB. CLB means Company Law Board. Previous to NCLT, this is what was the lawmaker. Yeah. So, I mean, the law enforcer. So CLB would have written. So you need to refer to that particular book to understand that case. So that case will be written there. Yeah. 1952 talks about the year. Yeah. This is called as generally citation. Clear? Okay, sir. So, sir, that is the meaning of literal construction. Remember these people, more than sufficient. Sir, quickly let us revise this and let us go for a break. Sir, first and cardinal rule of principle. Sir, meaning plain words require no explanation. Sir, when language is plain and it has no ambiguity at all, then you can just go with that, don't construct. Sir, when a word has two interpretation, one narrower and one broader, if you use a narrower one, it suppresses the objective. Use a broader one. Section 102, disclosure, includes every disclosure. It is not only financial. Sir, words are to be understood under natural and popular sense. Don't go with the regular terminology. Go with the popularly what that word means. Beetle leaves, that is a case law, the sales tax. Sir, technical words to be used in technical sense. So the word practice in Supreme Court. Clear? All of you? Yes? Okay, sir. Do one thing, go for a break. After break, let us again resume. Yeah, the first principle is alone a little lengthier one, and the next principle are all easy. Sir, in case of person, we didn't know, so how we decide, is there a technical meaning? Okay. So generally, what is technical word? Now say for example, yes, the word person is defined in IT Act. Sir, what if it is not defined?
So you see where it is being used. Now, for example, the word plant, when you're reading something with regards to biology, botany, the word plant has a technical word there. Now, for example, I'll tell you, beetle leaves. Now, if I look for what is beetle leaf, now see, for example, I'll get two meanings. See, sir, technical meaning. Sir, for a person who is in a botany or a biology person, he needs to remember the second part. Sir, beetle leaves come with some several curative health benefits as they are loaded with vitamin like C, whatever that things are. Yeah, sir, technical meaning. So, sir, if you are reading it there, you read it in that terminology. But when you wanted to interpret it in that sales tax, I do not want this botany meaning. What is the popular meaning? So, sir, whenever you are using it in a particular place, if you can derive a technical meaning there, you derive that. So, plant, if I use it there, it will be referred to as a plant. Sir, in Income Tax Act, is plant defined? Sir, technical word, use it in a technical sense. So, in Income Tax Act, what are they trying to tell plant there? So, the plant includes all your apparatus, whatever is around you. Correct? Plant and machinery. So, that is the meaning of the technical word. Sir, if at all you are not able to derive there also, the next one you go to is your section 2. Refer to section 2, see if they have defined there. Getting the point? Now go for a break. Come back, all of you, 15 minutes.